like to call the Jackson County Study Session of March 3rd to order at 8:12 a.m. With a roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Bear,
Present.
Commissioner Walls.
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy.
Here.
Commissioner Duckham. Commissioner Pileski.
Here.
Commissioner Willis. Commissioner Williams.
Present.
Commissioner Snell. Chairman Shotwell.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Both Commissioner Duckham and Commissioner Willis have contacted me before the meeting and will not be in attendance. We've arrived at the first opportunity for public comment. Each individual will state their name and have 3 minutes to address the board on subject matter that is pertinent to items on the agenda. You may only address the board once under this public comment opportunity and may not yield your time to others. Board members will not debate or answer questions at this time. Is there any public comment? Seeing or hearing none at this time, I'll entertain a motion for the minutes to the previous study session. I have a motion and support. Corrections? Deletions? Additions? All in favor of the minutes as presented, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Duly carried. We've arrived at unfinished business. Administrator Controller has a strategic plan. I'll entertain a motion at this time for the strategic plan.
So moved.
I have a motion and support. Discussion to the strategic plan's motion. Any comments?
What are we actually doing with this motion,
Was it
Mr. Chair?
approved to approve?
I have a motion to approve the strategic plan at this time. I'm looking for discussion. Is there any discussion?
Yes. We're approving a
Commissioner Pileski?
strategic plan at a study session?
You've had the strategic plan now for 2 months, sir. Do you have other items that you'd like to talk about?
Just clarifying the motion, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Yes, sir. It was sent back to the Administrator Controller's office. Do we need to send it back again so it appears Tuesday night?
I've already surrendered, sir. Thank you.
I didn't realize there was a conflict with it, but okay. Commissioner Bear.
Thank you, Chairman. The report's real pretty. It certainly isn't what would be called printer-friendly. Really do consume a lot of ink printing this thing out. First comment, question on page 2. The consultants were planning next. We knew that. It was Ninigret Partners. I don't know who that is or how they got involved in this. And Famous Destination Marketing. Don't know who they are or how they got involved in this process.
Commissioner Bear, you
Yes,
met
sir.
with them like I did at the chamber office, and you spent a half hour with them, sir, back in November.
With planning next.
Yeah, that's these people also.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with planning next. It was the other two that I said, the other two consultants, Ninigret Partners.
Uh-huh.
Who is that?
They're part of the consultants that Mr. Overton used to help craft the strategic plan, sir.
So they're a sub-consultant to planning next?
Mike?
Yes, they work with Planning Next. We didn't hire them. They work with Planning Next. They're subs to them. Their expertise in survey, creation, analysis, and that sort of thing, as well as working with the public, large public bodies and across the county. They had, scores of meetings. Yeah, so that's who that is.
Okay, next comment. The date on the cover page is March 3, 2026. That was changed from the previous date, but the header on all of the odd numbered pages still says February 2026. So I would suggest that that header be changed to match the cover sheet and be titled March 2026. have a question on, separate two pages. On page 10, at the statistics that are quoted, 89% of county staff take pride in their work. That means 11% of our staff don't take any pride in their work. I think that's something we need to address. If somebody doesn't take pride in their work, they're probably not doing very good work. So that statistic bothers me. On page 13, towards the bottom, under efficiency,
So I understand, Commissioner Bear, your last comment, you believe that we have room for improvement within our strategic plan to move that 89% number higher, correct?
yes,
Okay, so that's a positive for the strategic plan, that we can move our county staff pride higher.
yes,
Thank you.
it should be. We shouldn't have 11% of our staff that just don't care about their job. On page 12, efficiency. We can't waste time, money, ideas, or talents. We have to do the most with the least to derive a good value for the citizens' tax dollars. I would like to add to that, we do this by hiring the most qualified staff we can find. I would make that a motion to add those words under efficiency, that we accomplish that efficiency by hiring the most qualified staff we can get.
I hear no support. You can continue.
I heard no support. Each of the, on page 14, each of these headers, like 14:1, economic development, the sentence, the group of words below isn't a complete sentence. So I'm not sure how we refer to a group of words. I would also like on this, a strong, diverse, economic powered. We don't need a diverse economy, we need a strong economy. So I would like to, in that group of words there, eliminate the word diverse.
You do not believe that we should have other industry involved in Jackson County, such as retail, commercial, industrial?
That's
We're
got
talking about
nothing,
the
that's
economic
got nothing to
development
do with
page.
what I said.
What's that? Yes, you did. You just said you don't believe in diverse economy. That's a diverse economy, sir. Aeroquip, Eaton, Mackey, TAC.
The words strong economy is sufficient because that covers everything.
Is that a motion to amend?
Yes,
There's no support.
all right, page 15. The text box in the upper right corner, 76% of apprenticeships were for construction and 3% were for manufacturing. I think the emphasis of our plan, based on those percentages, needs to make sure we include construction companies, not just manufacturing companies. Examples that were given a moment ago were all manufacturing. Construction seems to be a big interest to those people that go to Michigan Works. 1.1.3, support site acquisition. Site acquisition by whom? That's a question. Can the administrator or somebody tell me who is going to be doing this site acquisition?
Well, we will have Accelerate Jackson be the primary leader on that as our economic development program for the county. We pay them to do that, and they work with the townships to identify parcels of land that would qualify best for development and to move forward with them, similar to the Blackman project that we've been doing this past 3 years. Also, you'd involve Accelerate Jackson, as we have with the airport, and with the identification of them using the Brownfield Authority and cleaning up property similar to the Zimmer Marble property and turning it into a reuse property. So yeah, Accelerate Jackson is who would be doing it, and they would be doing it by contract from the county.
Okay, so 1.1.3 is something that Accelerate Jackson will do. It's not something the county will do.
No, you'll have to vote on doing those things. You'll have to spend money for infrastructure. You'll have to prioritize road dollars. You'll have to form partnerships to allow right-of-ways with townships. You'll have a lot of work that you'll have to do as a county commissioner. That's all involved in that. That's why that statement is there.
Okay, thank you for that interpretation. Not quite the interpretation I made, but I'll accept yours. That's good. Page 16, 1.4.1, coordinate with local. I would take out the word "and." I would change this, I make a motion to change 1.4.1 to read, coordinate with local, comma, regional and state partners to support home repair programs for low-income residents and seniors. The one program that we thought we were going to get, the program came from the state. And that's the only program that I recollect that was geared to this statement, does home repair for low-income residents. So that's my motion to add "and state partners" to 1.4.1. Okay, no second, so I interpret that to mean that we're not going to coordinate with the state.
I'll support that.
1.4.2,
Hold on. We have a support.
I would like that motion in writing, please. That was a lot of words to type.
He deleted the "and"
I would-
comma.
I would move that 1.4.1 be changed to read, coordinate with local, comma, regional, and state partners to support home repair programs for low-income residents and seniors.
Regional Commonwealth.
State.
You know, if this one doesn't pass, I can only assume that we don't plan on coordinating with the state, which that's a huge mistake.
We have a motion and support. We'll carry the amended motion forward to the end. Continue, Commissioner Bear.
1.4.2 and 1.4.3. We don't need both of them. I would like to delete 1.4.2. I would like to take the three words in 1.4.2, availability, affordability, and quality, and I would like to add that into the current 1.4.3. So it would read then, implement a robust uniform housing assessment process for all assessors, ensuring that availability, affordability, and county and quality conditions across the county are known. So that's my motion. Take those three words out of 1.4.2, eliminate the rest of it, and add those three words into 1.4.3.
Your amendment dies for lack of support.
Point of order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir?
If I'm in order to make the request, although I see Commissioner Bear has several several amendments that he'd like to take the time to go through, and I have no problem doing that. But I would make the request to the chair that we vote on each amendment as we go along.
Okay, if you'd like to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Let's go back and we have a motion and support made by Commissioner Bear, supported by Commissioner Snell on 1.4.1. We're going to vote on that amendment, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Duly carried.
Thank you. Let me go on here. Okay, so my motions for 142 and 143 failed for lack of a second.
Correct.
Page 17, again, the words there aren't a complete sentence. I think we ought to review that and correct that. The second text block, you know, if that's an accurate quote, the person who made that just misspoke. 16, law enforcement recruitment. 2.1.1, recruit and invest in law enforcement personnel.
18.
Many of these are just not new ideas. We are doing these already. So,
Correct, but when you put it in a strategic plan, sir, you get it a measurable number. So that way your current position is 0 and any increases you get is improving your strategic plan. That's why you have continuing programs within a strategic plan.
yep, I'm just saying that some of this reads like this is some new idea, but it's not. Down to 2.2.3, there is a strike through on 3 words and addition of 2 words. I would like the 2.2.3 to have those struck through words eliminated from this document.
By drawing a line through them, sir, in red ink, that means when we vote on it, they will be removed. You've removed them.
Okay.
Common people
That's your-
understand that.
This was purported to me to be the final document asking us to approve it.
And-
So I'm just saying that our final document has some words with a strike through.
And they'll have a red line removed once we vote it up or down.
Well, then let's vote on that one, on 2.2.3.
Tony, the red lines are gonna come out of the document if the document's voted on.
If this is the final proposed document, they should already
Proposed.
be gone.
You used the word yourself, proposed, sir. When it's actually
this-
printed and posted, it'll show that removed.
If this is the final document for our consideration, those words shouldn't even be appearing in it at this point.
If you didn't have them, you wouldn't know they were there originally.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Or question to the 2.2.3, if I can.
Sure.
Thank you. So understanding that this is just a red line addition, and so we'll make the changes as we go along. I am curious to why the words "prevent gun violence" is taken out of the document, or that it's proposed to be taken out of the document.
I can address that. That was my request for those words. Promote gun safety programs. Teaching people how to be responsible and safe with firearms is not going to prevent gun violence. The people that are currently committing violence, they don't care about the laws. Teaching them how to properly inspect a firearm when they first pick it up to make sure it's not loaded to be safe is going to have no impact on the criminals that violate our law. All that gun safety programs will do is promote gun safety. So some young kid picks up a gun, doesn't have enough knowledge to determine whether it's loaded or unloaded, and they accidentally shoot someone. But the gun violence is premeditated. They know before they commit that crime that it is a crime. So teaching the honest people how to handle guns safely is going to have absolutely no effect on gun violence. That's done by bad people. So there are two different approaches here.
Thank you. So with understanding Commissioner Bear's point there, I do disagree a little bit. I think that with providing the various programs that that are promoting gun safety, I think in the long run will also give us the opportunity to see a reduction in violence once people understand the purposes of why we carry guns, and the list goes on from there. So if I'm in order, Mr. Chair, I'd like to offer a motion to that 2.23 would read as such, that's sponsor firearm safety programs to prevent gun violence and promote gun safety as originally stated.
I'm listening.
Well, that's a pie in the sky wish, but it won't happen. If you teach young people, honest people, how to safely handle guns.
Commissioner Bear, we have a motion at the moment made by Commissioner Williams. Let's see if someone supports it.
I'll support it.
Okay, so now we have discussion. Commissioner Bear, please continue. We're talking about 223 right now, and the amendment that Commissioner Williams has made and Commissioner Snell has supported. You were talking about pie in the sky.
You'll do anything to criticize my comments, won't you? I'm just saying that it's foolish thinking that if you teach honest people how to handle guns safely,
as previously said.
that the lawless people will stop being lawless.
Commissioner Kennedy.
It won't have that result.
So, firearm safety programs are promoting gun safety. They're teaching you how to handle a firearm. They're teaching you how to store it. I concur. It has no relevance to gun violence. That's a separate issue. That's getting people out of poverty, whatever. But I've never been to a fire safety program that is teaching people not to commit violence. It's separate. So I'd actually agree with Commissioner Bear here that if we're talking about firearm safety programs, that's about promoting gun safety. To state that it's going to reduce gun violence, you'd be being disingenuous. It's not going to.
Snell, Commissioner Snell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My thought on this is gun violence is not always premeditated. Sometimes it's accidental. And gun safety can help prevent accidental violence. That's where I was looking at this amendment.
Commissioner Williams, could you please restate your amendment, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sponsor firearm safety programs to prevent gun violence and promote gun safety.
Madam Clerk, do you have the amendment?
I do, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Further questions from commissioners?
So the amendment is basically taking the strike through 3 words and not striking them through.
And getting rid of the word to, making it and.
Get rid of what word?
You want me to reread it?
Please.
I'd like to read the motion for the record. This is what I have. Please correct me, Commissioner Williams. For 2.2.3, sponsor firearm safety to prevent gun violence and promote gun safety. Is that correct? Thank you.
Does everyone understand what the amendment is? All in favor?
Oh, I did not have a second.
Yes, you did, Ray did.
Oh, excuse me, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
You've got me and these three in favor, correct?
Yes, I have,
So we're gonna have to do a roll call.
yes. I'll do a roll call. Commissioner Walls,
No.
Commissioner Kennedy,
No.
Commissioner Pileski,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner Snell,
Yes.
Commissioner Bear. No. Chairman Shotwell.
Yes.
4-3.
Motion defeated.
I'm sorry, 4 yeas.
Yeah, it's still defeated.
Okay,
You gotta have 5.
correct. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you.
On page,
You have to have 5 of those elected and seated. Correct.
yeah, okay, if I may proceed, page 22, 3.1.3. On this one, I would recommend deleting the last 2 words, "in need." We need to, 3.1.3, continue health education programs for students and families. We don't need to qualify that for people in need or people not in need, and who makes that determination. So that program should be offered to all persons. So that's my motion in 3.1.3, eliminate "in need."
I'll support.
Commissioner comments?
So, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Go ahead,
So
Commissioner. Ray.
again, 3.1.3, continue health education programs for students and families, and we're looking to strike the 2 words "in need." Correct.
That's my motion.
Do we need to, question for Commissioner Bear, if I may, do we need to specify residents of Jackson County or families of Jackson County?
That wasn't specified previously, but if you wish to amend that, I guess that would be acceptable.
No, I'll move forward with your agreement. I like the taking out the "in need", making sure that it's speaking to all residents in the county, so I think I'm okay with that. Nothing further, Mr. Chair, and if there's no further
Okay.
question, we can call the question.
All in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried.
Thank you. 3.3.1, provide suicide prevention programs and resources. Again, I would like to take out to at-risk populations and change that to all people, or just eliminate the last 4 words so that 3.3.1 becomes provide suicide prevention programs and resources, period. They be provided to everyone.
Comments? Does that change anything?
Okay. You don't have to be classified as an at-risk population to commit suicide.
May I read the motion?
Yep.
confirming I have this correct. Section 3.3.1 to read, to reach, to provide suicide prevention programs and resources to all. Is that correct, Commissioner Bear?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Commissioners understand what we're voting on?
But just one discussion point to that. Do we have the
ahead.
financial resources to do that?
In all honesty, guys, we do that now. If someone were to call Lifeways, or one of the hotlines and
211.
need, suicidal or what have you, they're not going to say, do you have the money or not have the money? They're going to deal with them. So I think what this really means when it says, to provide suicide prevention programs and resources to at-risk populations is that we know there are certain populations that have a higher propensity for mental illness, be that people with drug use or what have you, and other issues in their life, that we would focus more on that. Our hotline is always open to any and all. That's really, I think, where they're trying to go with this. I don't necessarily oppose what you're suggesting, but what I'm suggesting is we will continue to reach out to at-risk, and we will, at the same time, we're available to any and all who have need of our services.
Clarified, Commissioner Kennedy?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Duly carried.
Page 23. Can't read my notes here. Currently, 3.4.1, advance health equity and better service value to vulnerable populations. Again, we need to provide these things for everyone in our county. So I would propose that 3.4.1 be changed to read, advance healthcare opportunities and improvements for all persons.
I hear no response. You can continue on, Commissioner Bear.
Just a clarification, 3.5.3, collaborate with local partners to increase digital. Who are the local partners that someone wants us to collaborate with?
Well, some of the local partners would be Lifeways or the hospital or Consumers Energy or the city or townships or any and all private or public organizations that have an opportunity to help protect our elderly or older adults from being targeted from scams. They appear to be a group of people that are more likely to be attacked cyberly than the younger population is.
Thank you. Uh, 4.1 Arts and Culture. 4.1.2 provide grant funding for local artists to create public art. If a local artist is skillful and their art is appreciated, it'll be purchased, or they can donate it. I don't think it's take grant money to give it to local artists. Same thing as you don't take grant money to give it to local construction apprentices. You don't give grant money to local apprentices in manufacturing. everybody takes care of themselves. So 4.1.2, I would like to eliminate that one. That's my motion. Delete 4.1.2.
So I understand this correctly, Commissioner Bear. You believe that when we receive private funds for us to put art up in different locations in the county, we should not do that?
I'm saying we should not make that a priority of this county to go after that. We've got plenty of things to do. We don't need to go after that. That's.
We're not going after it, sir. We're just making sure that it's managed properly. In the past, we've had art just show up at spots. We've had people show up at different parks and start digging holes in the ground to put memorials and that type of stuff. We need to coordinate that and plan that out, and that's what this also entails. So if somebody wants to donate us stuff, we have a cost involved. There is a management and an administrative cost. And if there's state funds that are ever given out through the DNR trust fund or that type of stuff, we are the ones that typically have to administer that. So that's where this qualification would come from. You don't believe we should do that,
No.
okay? Is there support for his idea? It dies for lack of support. Please continue.
4.1.4, again, provide grant funding for local artists to hold arts and cultural performances. I would like to delete the words provide grant funding for and replace that with encourage. Encourage local artists to hold arts and culture, performing arts. Those things are good for our community. We should encourage that. But I don't think we should fund it. So that's my motion. Eliminate, provide grant funding for, and replace it with encourage.
Dies for lack of support. Please continue.
Okay? Page 29, 5.2.6, pilot a rain garden grant program for areas vulnerable to stormwater issues. If you live in an area where there's stormwater issues and you want to create a rain garden, good for you. That's a wise thing to do, an environmental thing to do. But we don't need to provide grant funding for someone to create their own rain garden. So my motion is in 5.2.6, delete the word grant.
Dies for lack of support, sir.
Of course. Page 31. I would like to, this is under efficiencies. We're talking about efficiencies of our county and our county government. I would like to add paragraph 6.1.4 to read, create a county quality assurance, quality control procedure to assure documents are issued without errors. Let me give you a couple examples of that. I asked our administrator, and he provided for me the previous strategic plan. So this can be looked up. This is on our website. Bottom of page 1, it says, the strategic plan for 2025 will be implemented in January 2020. Somebody needs to proofread this stuff. The strategic plan 2025 will be implemented in January 2026, or now March 2026. Too many documents come out with just simple errors. All it proves is they're human. No, nothing evil there. But we need a second set of eyes on everything. JDOT sent out a notice that they're going to shut down roads for putting a cross culvert in. The text said it was on Road 160. The map showed it on Road 106. 106 exists, 160 doesn't. We need quality assurance, quality control in this county. It's currently lacking, in my opinion. So that's why I have proposed the motion to add, that's why I've made the motion to add 6.1.4.
There's no support. Please continue, Commissioner Bear.
I'll just keep bringing these things up in meetings. 6.5.1, implement best practices for internal communications.
I'm sorry, what page was that?
Page 32, paragraph 6.5.1, implement best practices for internal communications. I would take out best practices, because who knows what that is? And I would move to replace implement quality assurance, quality control program for internal communications.
Business theory of best practices.
All right, nobody cares about quality.
Commissioner Bear, just so you understand the definition of business best practices, establish methods, processes, and techniques that consistently deliver superior results recognized as most efficient and effective way to achieve specific business goals and communications.
So I
By
merely
using
said
the-
I don't
by
know
using
who
the two
determines.
words- By using the two words best practices, we eliminate that paragraph.
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
Business best practices are established methods, process, and techniques that consistently deliver superior results recognized as the most efficient and effective way to achieve specific business goals that involve continuous improvement, benchmarking against industry leaders, and standardizing procedures. That's what best practices means.
Okay, that all sounds good. Then I'll change my motion. I move to add to 6.5.1, implement best practices for internal communications and institute a quality assurance, quality control program to reinforce this.
Your motion dies for lack of support.
Yep. Question for our administrator on page 33, under implementation. We have two instruments. One instrument is a list of success measures and an improvement matrix. When will we see this improvement matrix for review?
When it's completed?
Could you narrow down that time frame, be a little shorter than just sometime in an eternity?
Well, to be frank about it, when the board finishes approving the strategic plan, the department head elected officials will all get together and start reviewing, both collectively and individually, the plan and where we can move forward. We will create measures. How do we know we're moving forward? Do we have certain milestones that we're achieving, be it, what have you, be less errors as per your discussion, things like that. And then there's basically, you create a matrix to measure that and monitor it. So it'll be, periodic.
Okay, thank you for that. So that's all the questions I have.
Commissioners, further questions? Commissioner Williams?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have a couple of clarifying questions and a possible motion, if at all possible. So I guess my first question is, within the passing of this motion on today sets forth the strategic plan, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so outside of the motion that we will eventually get to today, when was it decided that it would be done at study session?
Friday?
This
We've
past
moved
Friday?
forward. Yeah.
Okay, at the,
The board chose not to do it Tuesday night. So this is the next time the full board meets. So we put it on the agenda today so we could begin the process of the strategic plan, and in my feeling is move forward with it so that way our staff can get it aligned. So every time a project comes before us at committee, there's a white paper that's attached to it. And we will stop using previous matrix and measures and use the new measures and matrices.
okay. Yeah, I have no problem with moving forward. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything, because I couldn't remember, and I didn't go back and watch the video, but I couldn't remember if there was a timestamp to when this was going to come back before us. I know that we voted to send it back, but I couldn't remember if it was study session or when that time was. But with your explanation, I understand why the urgency in some regard. But that's all I had on that. But I do have some additional, I guess, commentary and a possible motion to at least discuss.
Well, we have a motion on the floor, and we agreed that we would take amendments within that motion as they came up. So we're already living within a motion and a support.
Oh, I'm sorry, which
We
one
did
is
that
that?
at the very beginning.
Okay, can I continue?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
thank
sure.
you. All right, so I'll just jump straight to it. So on the items that were essentially removed from the from the strategic plan under the arts, culture, and recreation, understanding some of the
Do you have a page number?
thoughts.
Do you have a page number?
I'm just on page 24, just on the title page. Or we can scroll to page 25. We can go to 25. So understanding the messaging and feelings and thoughts and ideologies behind the statements in regards to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think that we just live in a day and time where it's paramount for government, or not even government, just for people to recognize and appreciate the beauty that comes with diversity, and it not be used as a way to disenfranchise anyone, but be used in a way that promotes, again, diversity, inclusion, and acceptance of all people. So I do have a motion that I'd like to at least be entertained. Madam Secretary, I do apologize. It is a little lengthy. I tried to send it in an email, but for whatever reason, it did not go through. But I will work to get this to you. So I have, my first motion would be this. Under 4.2, and this may require some renumbering, but it simply states, the Jackson County government will continue to proactively govern the county in a way that reflects the people it serves by leading in a way that promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion. And this will be best practiced by, and there's a couple bullet points, ensuring that there are no barriers in any way for all county residents having access to all county resources. Foster inclusive engagement by listening to county constituents, and when necessary, partner with nonprofits and schools with efforts to unite the county for the common good. And finally, to establish accountability by measuring our progress toward equitable outcomes for all residents through the work of our resources and departments.
Unfortunately, it dies for lack of support, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do have a second motion, if I may.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this one is, I think it still speaks to the nature of the ask, but it does kind of change the language a little bit, but I hope it still has its same meaning. So this states that Jackson County government will continue to proactively govern the county in a way that reflects the people it serves by leading in a way that accepts people from all walks of life and backgrounds. And this will be best practiced by, and the previous wording from there. So I'm replacing diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in its place, implementing that Jackson County accepts people from all walks of backgrounds or all walks of life and backgrounds. I'm sorry, that's pretty, I'm all over the place. Did you get that, Madam Secretary? I'm sorry.
Partially.
Can I read that, my motion again?
Please.
Thank you. Jackson County government will continue to proactively govern the county in a way that accepts, I need to put my glasses on, I think that's the problem. That proactively will reflect the Jackson County government and will continue to proactively govern the county in a way that reflects the people it serves by leading in a way that accepts people from all walks of life and backgrounds. And then with the preceding bullet points.
So that would be 4.2.4,
Yes.
support.
We have a motion and support. Discussion? Ray? Commissioner Snell?
Thank you, sir. While I can appreciate what my colleague is thinking, we have that on page 12 in the Jackson County Core Values. I think that really reflects what that is trying to implement. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to read that for you, Commissioner Snell. Our county affirms the inherent worth and dignity of all individuals. We value the diversity of our residents of every race, ethnicity, culture, faith, and background as a vital source of strength within our community and our nation. Commissioner Williams, do you think that pretty much addresses?
Thank you for reading that. And I think it does address it, but I think if with the way that it's worded and in its position in the document, it doesn't create it as a measurable tactic. So there's no way for us to ensure that we're actually doing that. So by implementing it as a bullet point down toward the bottom, 4.2.4 or 3.4, excuse me, it makes it a trackable item.
Thoughts?
I understand what you're saying there. My comment would be, under core values, that's up front. It's right there with mission, vision, values. Core values is literally just that. It's the core. It's how we operate. It's how we live in our organization. We take those things to heart. There's numerous statutes, if you will, both state and federal, that we monitor and follow. So I don't know that it needs to be in the arts and cultural and recreation elements of anything. The core values would be, it's right there. It's fundamental in the beginning there. And at any time, if someone believes that we aren't living up to our core values, by all means, not only should a commissioner report it, they can report it to numerous organizations that take those things to heart and literally do investigations and so forth, civil rights and things like that.
Thank you, Mr. Overton. I can appreciate what you're saying and do understand what you're saying as well, but I think if it's not put in a position where it's measured and tracked, I don't know if it would be something that would truly resonate throughout the county. Because I can have a a core value that says I'm going to make sure that I keep my grass cut in the summer. And if I don't, but there's no way for me to track if that's actually getting done. So by adding it again as a bullet point in the actual document, it does make it a trackable item, makes it more of a priority.
My only comment to that is, there are, again, federal and state laws, we self-report to the state and the Fed those numbers periodically. I think it's annually that we report those numbers to them. So it's not like it's not being looked at from the powers above.
And if I may continue, Mr. Chair, if that then is the case, a lot of what it's in this document are items that we're already doing. So if that's in the case, why can't this be in there as well?
It definitely can. We have a motion and support on the floor.
Thank you.
We're just making sure everyone understands what we're talking about.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Are we ready to vote? Are you ready? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? So Darius, yay, everyone else, nay. You all set? Commissioner Williams, anything else, sir?
Nothing on that matters, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any further commissioner comments? Okay, the question is today, are we willing to vote on this now? Move it forward?
Yes.
I understand, but I still have as prerogative of the chair, I can send it back to your office again. You watch how quick I can do it.
No, you can't.
With that said, I'll ask the clerk to roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Chair?
And we're voting in favor of the amended document as amended by us this morning.
Yes, to approve the strategic plan as amended today. Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Pileski,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams,
No.
Commissioner Snell,
Yes.
Commissioner Baer,
No.
Commissioner Walls,
Yes.
Chairman Shotwell.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, passes.
Passes. Any new business to come before the board?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Just was curious, Mr. Chair, why the core values and diversity statements aren't in the hallway anymore?
He wants to know why the core values, why the diversity statements and everything were removed.
The mission, vision, value statements on the wall out there were removed. We took them upstairs so we could evaluate them. We had a discussion with them on Friday, and now if this is approved, we'll be putting that stuff back up there. Mission, vision, values as according to the new strategic plan.
Any further questions? We've arrived at public comment. Each individual will state their name. They have 3 minutes to openly address the board. You may only address the board once under this public comment opportunity and may not yield your time to others. Board members will not debate nor answer questions at this time. Public comment is open. Morning.
Turn the green light on, please, or the button.
Thank you.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. I don't usually need a microphone. I'm Lindsay Scheel. Good morning, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I'm here because I care deeply about the well-being of our community at every stage of life. For the past 6 years, I've served on the Columbia School District Board of Education. In that role, I've had the privilege of helping make decisions that impact students, families, and educators. What that experience has showed me is that community leadership is not about isolated systems. It's about people and how we support them across generations. When we talk about students, we're also talking about grandparents who attend concerts and sporting events. We're talking about caregivers balancing work and aging parents. We're talking about families who rely on stable, accessible services to keep loved ones safe and supported. That's what draws me to Wellwise. Aging is not a niche issue, it's a universal one. Every family at some point walks through that season of life. And how we show up for older adults says everything about the type of community we are. Excuse me. I have a desire to serve on the Wellwise board because I believe dignity, access, and thoughtful stewardship matter. I believe older adults deserve systems that are responsive, not reactive. I believe families deserve support that feels human, not bureaucratic. Professionally, I bring experience in operations, strategic planning, and leadership development. But more than that, I bring a heart for service and a belief that governance should reflect care, responsibility, and long-term thinking. Serving on both the school board and Wellwise would allow me to continue serving our community in a holistic way, supporting children as they grow, families as they navigate change, and older adults as they deserve stability and respect. I take board service seriously. I prepare, I listen, and I ask thoughtful questions. I'm not here for a title. I'm really here just to contribute in a meaningful way. Thank you for considering my interest. It would be an honor to serve. Thank you.
Any more public comment? Seeing none. Commissioner comments? Commissioner Bear?
Thank you, Chairman. I like that presentation the lady just made about wanting it to be on Wellwise. I didn't catch her name. Have you put in an application to be on the
We
Wellwise
have.
board?
She gave documents to the clerk. They're here for you to pick up.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Any further commissioner comments? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn. A motion and support. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, duly carried.